Palm Springs once again became the center of international attention after Kylie Jenner was spotted accompanying Timothée Chalamet during a public appearance that immediately drew the focus of global media. The moment was not only significant because of the high-profile couple, but also because Kylie Jenner's fashion choice instantly dominated headlines. Wearing a striking orange dress, Kylie delivered a visual statement that set social media and fashion commentary into motion within hours. The orange dress worn by Kylie Jenner was widely described as bold, confident, and deliberately eye-catching. Against the neutral desert tones of Palm Springs, the vibrant color stood out dramatically, creating a powerful contrast that made her the undeniable focal point. Fashion observers noted that the silhouette of the dress balanced elegance and simplicity, aligning perfectly with modern resort wear aesthetics that are currently resurging among Hollywood's elite. The color choice itself was interpreted as a symbol of energy, warmth, and control, qualities that have long been associated with Kylie Jenner's public image. Kylie's look was further elevated through carefully selected accessories that added depth and sophistication to the overall appearance. Statement earrings reflected the desert sunlight, drawing attention to her face and creating dynamic movement with every step. A small, luxury handbag reinforced her status as a global fashion icon, while sleek sunglasses added an element of mystery and authority. Each accessory appeared intentional, reinforcing the perception that this was not a casual outfit, but a carefully curated fashion moment designed to resonate visually. Timothée Chalamet, walking beside Kylie Jenner, opted for a noticeably more understated style. His minimalist fashion approach provided a calm counterbalance to Kylie's bold look, resulting in a visually compelling contrast. Rather than competing for attention, the two styles complemented each other, creating a cohesive image that many described as effortlessly stylish. Industry watchers highlighted this contrast as a reflection of their individual identities, both strong in their own right, yet harmonious when presented together. News of the couple's appearance spread rapidly across entertainment and fashion platforms. Search interest surged for terms such as Kylie Jenner Palm Springs outfit, Kylie Jenner orange dress, and Kylie Jenner Timothée Chalamet fashion. Social media timelines were flooded with close-up analyses, fashion breakdowns, and public reactions, turning a single appearance into a full-scale cultural conversation. The moment quickly evolved from a simple sighting into a trending fashion event. Attention soon shifted to one detail that many initially overlooked: Kylie Jenner's footwear. While subtle at first glance, the shoes played a crucial role in grounding the entire look. Fashion commentators emphasized how the footwear tied the outfit together seamlessly, proving that even the smallest details were carefully considered. This discovery prompted many viewers to revisit photos and videos, fueling continued engagement and discussion online. From a news perspective, Kylie Jenner's appearance in Palm Springs extended beyond style alone. It highlighted her ongoing ability to command attention and shape narratives within popular culture. Even amid heightened interest in her relationship with Timothée Chalamet, Kylie maintained her individuality and influence, using fashion as a powerful form of expression. Palm Springs served merely as the backdrop. Kylie Jenner was unmistakably the headline. Several fashion analysts suggested that this look could influence upcoming resort wear trends. The combination of a bold color palette, clean tailoring, and strategic accessorizing was described as a formula likely to be replicated by designers and fashion enthusiasts alike. Rather than being viewed as a fleeting celebrity outfit, the look was framed as a reference point for future seasonal collections and styling inspiration. As the appearance concluded, Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet were seen walking side by side, framed by the warm light of the Palm Springs landscape. The moment felt simultaneously intimate and public, relaxed yet highly polished. It provided a visually satisfying close to a media moment that had already captured global attention, leaving audiences with lingering curiosity and admiration. In summary, Kylie Jenner's fashion moment in Palm Springs while accompanying Timothée Chalamet was far more than a casual celebrity sighting. From the striking orange dress to the carefully chosen accessories, the appearance functioned as a complete fashion statement that reinforced her status as one of the most influential style figures today. Once again, Kylie Jenner demonstrated that a single look, when executed with precision and confidence, is enough to dominate headlines, drive global conversations, and redefine modern celebrity fashion. Building on that moment, industry insiders quickly began dissecting what Kylie Jenner's Palm Springs appearance truly represented beyond aesthetics. Fashion editors pointed out that this was not merely a seasonal outfit, but a calculated visual narrative. In recent years, Kylie has increasingly shifted toward a more refined, controlled image, and her choice to wear a bold orange dress in a relaxed yet elite setting like Palm Springs was seen as a strategic balance between accessibility and exclusivity. The look spoke to leisure, luxury, and power all at once, reinforcing her evolution from reality TV star to a fully established cultural tastemaker. Media coverage intensified as high-resolution images circulated online, prompting frame-by-frame analysis from fashion bloggers and celebrity stylists. Particular attention was given to the fabric choice, which appeared lightweight yet structured, ideal for the desert climate while maintaining a sculpted silhouette. Experts noted that the way the dress moved with Kylie's body added a cinematic quality to the visuals, making every photograph feel intentional rather than incidental. This further fueled the perception that the appearance was carefully orchestrated, even if presented as casual. The timing of the appearance also played a significant role in amplifying its impact. With Timothée Chalamet continuing to dominate headlines for his film projects and critical acclaim, public curiosity around the couple remains high. Kylie Jenner stepping out beside him in such a commanding look subtly shifted the narrative. Rather than being framed solely as a celebrity partner, she reasserted her own influence, reminding audiences that she is a headline maker in her own right. Entertainment analysts described this as a power balance moment, where fashion became a tool of positioning rather than decoration. As the news cycle progressed, comparisons began to surface between this Palm Springs look and Kylie Jenner's previous public appearances. Observers noted a departure from overly experimental silhouettes toward cleaner lines and stronger color statements. This evolution was interpreted as a response to broader fashion trends favoring timelessness over shock value. By choosing a single, impactful color and letting tailoring and accessories do the rest, Kylie aligned herself with a more mature, editorial-driven fashion language that resonates with both luxury brands and mainstream audiences. Social media engagement continued to rise well into the following day. On platforms like Instagram and X, fans recreated the look using affordable alternatives, while luxury fashion pages debated the exact designers behind each element. This ripple effect demonstrated Kylie Jenner's continued ability to influence consumer behavior, a factor that brands closely monitor. Marketing experts emphasized that such moments are invaluable, as they organically drive visibility and desirability without the need for direct promotion. Meanwhile, Timothée Chalamet's presence added another layer of intrigue to the story. His relaxed demeanor and understated styling contrasted sharply yet harmoniously with Kylie's bold appearance. Relationship analysts and entertainment media suggested that this visual dynamic contributed to the public's fascination, presenting the couple as modern, balanced, and stylistically complementary. The contrast reinforced the narrative of two distinct worlds, high-fashion entrepreneurship and cinematic artistry, intersecting seamlessly. From a broader cultural standpoint, the Palm Springs appearance underscored how celebrity fashion moments have evolved into news events with lasting impact. What once might have been dismissed as paparazzi imagery is now treated as a form of soft power communication. Kylie Jenner's outfit choices are increasingly viewed as signals of personal branding shifts, market influence, and cultural relevance. This particular moment, according to fashion commentators, encapsulated all three. As discussions deepened, some analysts highlighted the symbolism of Palm Springs itself. Long associated with Hollywood history, creative retreats, and discreet luxury, the location amplified the narrative of reinvention and quiet dominance. Kylie Jenner's presence there, dressed in a color associated with confidence and vitality, was interpreted as a visual metaphor for her current phase: visible, controlled, and undeniably influential. Toward the end of the news coverage cycle, attention returned to the overall impact rather than individual details. Editors summarized the moment as one where fashion, celebrity, and timing aligned perfectly. The payoff was clear: sustained media attention, increased online engagement, and reinforcement of Kylie Jenner's position within the global style hierarchy. Rather than fading quickly, the story maintained relevance through continued commentary, proving its strength as a well-executed public appearance. In conclusion, the fashion moment of Kylie Jenner in Palm Springs while accompanying Timothée Chalamet stands as a clear example of how modern celebrity news operates. It is no longer just about what is worn, but about what it communicates. Through a bold orange dress, meticulously chosen accessories, and strategic visual contrast, Kylie Jenner delivered a statement that resonated far beyond the desert backdrop. The appearance functioned as both fashion news and cultural commentary, leaving a lasting impression and ensuring that the conversation surrounding her style, influence, and public presence continues to grow. The impact of the appearance did not stop with fashion commentary alone. Entertainment media soon began framing the moment as part of a broader narrative surrounding Kylie Jenner's public evolution in 2026. Once primarily associated with beauty entrepreneurship and reality television, Kylie has increasingly been positioned by major outlets as a figure who moves fluidly between business, fashion, and high-profile cultural circles. Her Palm Springs appearance reinforced that shift, presenting her not just as a celebrity attendee, but as a central figure capable of commanding attention through presence alone. News analysts highlighted how Kylie Jenner's styling choices reflected a growing emphasis on intentional simplicity paired with high-impact elements. Rather than relying on excessive layers or experimental silhouettes, she allowed color, fit, and confidence to carry the visual weight. This approach aligned closely with current luxury fashion narratives that prioritize clarity and strength over excess. As a result, the look resonated not only with fans, but also with industry professionals who view such moments as indicators of where mainstream luxury aesthetics are heading. The sustained coverage also reignited discussions about Kylie Jenner's influence on fashion economics. Historically, her public appearances have been linked to measurable spikes in consumer interest, and the Palm Springs moment was no exception. Within days, similar orange dresses began trending across multiple online retail platforms, while search data showed a renewed interest in minimalist resort wear. Analysts pointed out that this type of organic trend generation is increasingly rare, further emphasizing the significance of the appearance. Meanwhile, the narrative surrounding Timothée Chalamet subtly evolved alongside the fashion discourse. While much of the focus remained on Kylie Jenner, Timothee's consistent presence contributed to the story's depth. His restrained styling and relaxed posture were frequently described as grounding elements, reinforcing the perception of authenticity rather than spectacle. This balance played a key role in sustaining public interest, as audiences interpreted the pairing as visually compelling without feeling overly curated or performative. As more commentary emerged, some publications drew parallels between this appearance and iconic celebrity fashion moments of the past. Comparisons were made to instances where a single outfit came to define an era or signal a shift in public perception. In this context, Kylie Jenner's orange dress in Palm Springs was described as emblematic of her current phase, confident, controlled, and fully aware of her cultural leverage. The setting, timing, and execution all contributed to a sense of inevitability, as if the moment was destined to resonate. Cultural critics also noted how the appearance reflected broader conversations about modern femininity in the public eye. Kylie Jenner's look combined softness and authority, glamour and restraint, challenging outdated notions that visibility must come at the expense of control. In Palm Springs, she appeared comfortable yet commanding, relaxed yet deliberate. This duality became a recurring theme in coverage, positioning her as a figure who navigates fame on her own terms. As the news cycle extended, attention turned to the longevity of the moment. Unlike fleeting celebrity sightings that fade within hours, this appearance continued to generate discussion days later. Fashion retrospectives, opinion pieces, and social media breakdowns kept the story alive, each adding a new layer of interpretation. Editors emphasized that this level of sustained engagement is typically reserved for moments that tap into something larger than style alone. Industry insiders suggested that such appearances also play a strategic role in shaping future collaborations. Designers, luxury houses, and creative directors closely observe how celebrities carry themselves in unscripted environments. Kylie Jenner's Palm Springs look was widely viewed as a demonstration of reliability and impact, qualities that brands value when seeking long-term ambassadors. Without a single formal announcement, the appearance functioned as a silent endorsement of her continued relevance in high fashion spaces. Toward the latter stages of coverage, the narrative subtly shifted from analysis to legacy. Commentators began asking whether moments like this contribute to a cumulative redefinition of Kylie Jenner's place in pop culture. The consensus among many observers was clear: each carefully executed appearance adds to a growing archive of influence. Palm Springs was not an isolated event, but part of a broader pattern of visibility managed with precision. In the final assessments, journalists summarized the moment as a convergence of fashion, celebrity, and timing executed with remarkable effectiveness. Kylie Jenner's orange dress, her refined accessories, and her confident presence alongside Timothée Chalamet combined to create a scene that felt both effortless and powerful. The story closed not with definitive conclusions, but with an understanding that such moments shape ongoing narratives rather than resolve them. Ultimately, Kylie Jenner's Palm Springs appearance while accompanying Timothée Chalamet stands as a defining example of modern celebrity news. It demonstrates how a single public moment can transcend its immediate context, influencing fashion trends, cultural conversations, and perceptions of power. Long after the cameras moved on and the headlines slowed, the image of Kylie Jenner in that striking orange dress remained, a visual reminder that in today's media landscape, presence itself is a statement, and when wielded with intention, it becomes lasting news. The discussion surrounding the Palm Springs appearance continued to evolve as international outlets began contextualizing the moment within Kylie Jenner's broader media trajectory. Journalists emphasized that her visibility alongside Timothée Chalamet did not dilute her individual narrative, but instead amplified it. In an era where celebrity relationships often overshadow personal branding, Kylie's fashion-forward presence was widely interpreted as a reminder of her autonomy and strategic awareness of public perception. Several lifestyle publications noted how the orange dress functioned as more than a visual highlight. Color psychologists quoted in fashion columns suggested that the shade projected confidence and approachability at the same time, a rare balance that resonates strongly with contemporary audiences. Against the serene Palm Springs backdrop, the bold color acted as a visual anchor, ensuring that Kylie Jenner remained the focal point regardless of surrounding elements. This deliberate contrast was repeatedly cited as a masterclass in visual storytelling through fashion. As the news spread beyond fashion-focused platforms, mainstream entertainment media began exploring audience reactions in greater depth. Polls and comment sections revealed a consistent theme: viewers perceived the look as controlled, intentional, and powerful. Unlike previous moments that leaned heavily on shock value, this appearance was praised for its restraint. Analysts argued that this shift reflects a maturation in Kylie Jenner's public image, aligning her more closely with legacy fashion figures rather than viral trends. The Palm Springs sighting also reignited conversations about celebrity influence in shaping resort fashion trends. Historically associated with relaxed silhouettes and muted tones, resort wear has often prioritized comfort over statement. Kylie Jenner's look challenged that expectation by proving that bold color and minimal design can coexist within a leisure-focused aesthetic. Fashion editors predicted that upcoming collections would reflect this influence, incorporating stronger color palettes while maintaining clean, wearable lines. Meanwhile, digital engagement metrics continued to underscore the significance of the moment. Video clips of the appearance amassed millions of views across platforms, with slowed-down edits and zoomed-in frames highlighting accessories, fabric movement, and posture. These edits extended the life of the news cycle, transforming a brief appearance into a multi-day media event. Experts noted that this form of organic amplification is increasingly valuable in an oversaturated content landscape. Timothée Chalamet's role in the narrative, while secondary, remained essential to its overall appeal. His reputation for artistic credibility and understated elegance added a layer of cultural legitimacy to the coverage. Commentators suggested that the pairing of his cinematic identity with Kylie Jenner's fashion-forward presence created a compelling intersection of film, style, and celebrity culture. This intersection broadened the story's reach, attracting audiences beyond traditional fashion or entertainment circles. As coverage deepened, some outlets revisited Kylie Jenner's past Palm Springs appearances, drawing contrasts that highlighted her stylistic evolution. Earlier looks were described as playful and experimental, while the current appearance was framed as decisive and refined. This comparison reinforced the idea that the moment represented growth rather than repetition. Fashion historians quoted in long-form pieces described the look as transitional, marking a shift toward enduring elegance over momentary spectacle. The setting itself continued to feature prominently in analysis. Palm Springs, long associated with old Hollywood glamour and creative reinvention, was seen as a symbolic choice. Kylie Jenner's presence there, dressed in a modern yet timeless ensemble, was interpreted as a visual dialogue between past and present. This symbolism resonated strongly with readers, adding narrative depth to what might otherwise have been dismissed as a routine celebrity sighting. As the story approached saturation, editors focused on synthesis rather than speculation. The prevailing consensus across media was that Kylie Jenner's Palm Springs appearance succeeded because it felt authentic while remaining impactful. There was no overt branding, no forced theatrics, and no excessive commentary from the celebrity herself. The restraint allowed the visuals to speak, a strategy increasingly favored in high-level public relations and image management. In the closing stages of coverage, journalists reflected on why the moment endured. They pointed to clarity of message, consistency of image, and timing as key factors. Kylie Jenner appeared at a moment when public interest in her personal and professional life was already elevated, yet she chose to communicate through style rather than statements. This approach not only sustained interest but elevated it. Ultimately, the Palm Springs appearance while accompanying Timothée Chalamet became a reference point rather than a fleeting headline. It illustrated how modern celebrity news operates at the intersection of fashion, perception, and narrative control. Kylie Jenner's orange dress, her refined accessories, and her composed presence combined to deliver a story that extended far beyond its original frame. Long after the cameras shifted focus, the image remained embedded in public memory, continuing to circulate as an example of effective visual communication. For Kylie Jenner, the moment reinforced her standing as a figure who understands the power of appearance in shaping discourse. For audiences and industry observers alike, it served as a reminder that in contemporary media culture, a single, well-executed public moment can generate lasting influence, redefine expectations, and solidify status without a single word spoken. As the coverage expanded further, global media outlets began positioning the Palm Springs moment as part of a larger conversation about celebrity visibility in the digital era. Editors noted that Kylie Jenner's appearance exemplified how modern public figures no longer rely solely on interviews or announcements to shape narratives. Instead, carefully observed moments, captured organically yet interpreted strategically, now serve as powerful tools for influence. In this context, Kylie's fashion choices functioned as a form of silent communication, instantly understood across cultures and platforms. Several commentators emphasized how the absence of direct statements from Kylie Jenner only heightened public interest. Without captions, interviews, or clarifications, audiences were left to interpret the visual cues on their own. This ambiguity proved effective. Media analysts explained that open-ended narratives tend to generate stronger engagement, as viewers feel invited into the conversation rather than instructed how to perceive the moment. The Palm Springs appearance became a canvas onto which fans, critics, and industry professionals projected their own interpretations. Fashion journalists also examined the technical elements of the look with increasing precision. Attention was drawn to the tailoring of the dress, which balanced structure and fluidity in a way that flattered movement rather than restricting it. This detail was repeatedly cited as evidence of thoughtful styling rather than impulsive dressing. The dress appeared designed to perform well under natural light, reinforcing its suitability for the Palm Springs environment and further elevating the visual impact of candid photographs. As discussions continued, the concept of quiet dominance emerged as a recurring descriptor in editorials. Unlike overtly dramatic red carpet looks, Kylie Jenner's appearance communicated authority through restraint. The boldness lay not in complexity, but in clarity. Media scholars referenced this approach as increasingly relevant in an age of content saturation, where simplicity can cut through noise more effectively than excess. The sustained attention also prompted renewed interest in Kylie Jenner's broader fashion history. Retrospectives traced her evolution from trend-driven experimentation to a more editorial, long-term aesthetic strategy. Commentators argued that the Palm Springs look represented a culmination of this journey, blending commercial awareness with refined taste. Rather than chasing novelty, Kylie appeared to be defining consistency, a shift that resonated strongly with luxury fashion audiences. Public reaction mirrored this interpretation. Online discussions reflected admiration for the perceived confidence behind the look, with many commenters highlighting how effortless it appeared despite its obvious impact. This perception of ease became a key factor in the story's longevity. Fashion experts explained that when an outfit appears natural rather than performative, it is more likely to be embraced and remembered. Timothée Chalamet's continued presence in the narrative also evolved subtly over time. While initial reports focused on the couple dynamic, later coverage treated his role as contextual rather than central. This shift further emphasized Kylie Jenner's ability to anchor the story independently. Observers noted that even within a high-profile pairing, she remained the primary visual reference point, reinforcing her individual influence. From a media strategy perspective, the Palm Springs appearance was increasingly cited as an example of effective image management without overt control. There were no staged poses, no formal press releases, and no visible branding cues. Yet the outcome rivaled that of a planned campaign. Analysts pointed out that this approach reflects a growing preference among high-profile figures to allow moments to unfold naturally, trusting that authenticity will amplify reach. As weeks passed, the imagery from Palm Springs continued to resurface in broader fashion discussions, including trend forecasts and seasonal style guides. The orange hue became a reference point in color trend analyses, while the minimalist accessorizing was cited in articles promoting intentional dressing. This secondary wave of relevance demonstrated the lasting utility of the moment beyond immediate news value. Cultural commentators also explored how the appearance intersected with shifting expectations of celebrity femininity. Kylie Jenner's look was described as assertive without aggression, glamorous without excess, and visible without vulnerability. These qualities aligned with contemporary narratives that celebrate control and self-definition, further deepening the story's resonance. Toward the later stages of reflection, some outlets framed the Palm Springs moment as a lesson in modern influence. Rather than relying on constant output, Kylie Jenner achieved impact through selectivity. By choosing when and how to appear, she maximized attention while minimizing exposure. This balance was widely praised as a sustainable approach to long-term relevance in an industry often driven by overexposure. In closing analyses, journalists returned to the core elements that made the story endure: timing, setting, and execution. Palm Springs provided a backdrop rich in cultural symbolism, Timothée Chalamet's presence added contextual intrigue, and Kylie Jenner's fashion choices delivered clarity and strength. Together, these elements formed a narrative that felt cohesive rather than coincidental. Ultimately, the continued fascination with Kylie Jenner's Palm Springs appearance underscored a fundamental shift in how celebrity news is consumed. Audiences no longer seek constant updates alone, they seek meaning within moments. Through a single appearance, Kylie Jenner offered a visual narrative that extended far beyond its initial capture, influencing fashion discourse, media analysis, and public perception long after the headlines first appeared. In the evolving landscape of entertainment news, the Palm Springs moment stands as a reminder that presence, when executed with intention, can be as powerful as proclamation. Kylie Jenner's orange dress, her composed demeanor, and her ability to command attention without commentary collectively transformed a brief public outing into a lasting cultural reference, one that continues to shape conversations about fashion, influence, and modern celebrity power. As attention surrounding the Palm Springs appearance continued to circulate, media narratives began expanding beyond fashion and into the mechanics of celebrity relevance itself. Commentators increasingly framed Kylie Jenner's presence as an example of how influence is sustained rather than sparked. In contrast to viral moments engineered for short-term attention, this appearance was characterized by longevity. Editors emphasized that its power lay in repetition, images resurfacing, discussions reopening, interpretations evolving, rather than immediate shock. Several long-form features explored how Kylie Jenner's visual strategy aligns with broader shifts in luxury branding. In recent years, high-end fashion has moved away from overt logos and maximalist signaling towards subtler forms of distinction. Kylie's orange dress, free of obvious branding yet unmistakably premium, reflected this transition. Analysts suggested that her ability to embody these shifts in real time is what keeps her relevant not only to fans, but also to fashion houses observing cultural direction. The Palm Springs moment also sparked renewed analysis of Kylie Jenner's role as a bridge between mass influence and elite fashion spaces. Unlike traditional fashion icons who emerge from editorial or runway backgrounds, Kylie's power originates in digital culture. Yet appearances like this demonstrate her fluency in visual language traditionally reserved for high fashion. This dual positioning, commercially dominant yet stylistically refined, was cited as a rare advantage in contemporary celebrity culture. Entertainment journalists further examined how restraint functioned as a narrative device. Kylie Jenner's silence following the appearance became a subject of interest in itself. Without commentary to anchor interpretation, audiences remained engaged, revisiting the imagery to extract meaning. Media theorists described this as a form of narrative suspension, where the lack of closure sustains curiosity rather than resolving it. In this sense, the Palm Springs appearance operated less like a headline and more like an open-ended story. As fashion retrospectives accumulated, attention returned to the relationship between environment and image. Palm Springs, with its architectural minimalism and desert light, amplified the clarity of Kylie Jenner's look. Photographers noted how the natural lighting enhanced the color saturation of the dress, contributing to its visual dominance. This technical harmony between setting and subject was repeatedly cited as a factor in why the images resonated so strongly across platforms. Meanwhile, the discourse surrounding Timothée Chalamet subtly shifted towards symbolism rather than style. His presence was increasingly interpreted as contextual reinforcement rather than a focal point. Cultural commentators suggested that his association with critically acclaimed cinema added narrative weight without diverting attention. This balance allowed the story to appeal simultaneously to fashion audiences and film-centric readerships, broadening its reach organically. The sustained engagement also highlighted a growing appetite for moments that feel unscripted yet meaningful. In contrast to tightly controlled red carpet appearances, the Palm Springs sighting offered a sense of spontaneity. Media analysts argued that this perceived authenticity is crucial in an era where audiences are increasingly skeptical of manufactured content. Kylie Jenner's appearance, while undoubtedly considered, maintained enough naturalism to feel credible. As weeks passed, the imagery continued to be referenced in discussions about seasonal transitions in fashion. Style editors included the look and guides addressing color confidence, minimal accessorizing, and day-to-evening versatility. The orange dress became shorthand for a broader aesthetic philosophy, bold choices executed with restraint. This conceptual framing extended the relevance of the moment beyond celebrity news into practical style discourse. Cultural writers also reflected on how the appearance contributed to Kylie Jenner's evolving narrative around independence. Despite ongoing public interest in her personal relationships, the Palm Springs moment reinforced her autonomy. She appeared neither overshadowed nor defined by companionship. Instead, her presence suggested control over visibility and narrative direction, qualities increasingly valued in discussions of modern fame. Toward the later stages of analysis, some outlets questioned whether moments like this signal a recalibration of celebrity power dynamics. Rather than relying on constant exposure, figures like Kylie Jenner appear to be adopting a model based on selective visibility. By choosing when to appear and allowing interpretation to unfold without intervention, they maximize impact while conserving presence. This strategy was widely regarded as both effective and sustainable. As the story settled into cultural memory, its significance became clearer. The Palm Springs appearance was not a turning point marked by explicit change, but a consolidation of trajectory. It affirmed Kylie Jenner's position within fashion and entertainment as someone who understands timing, imagery, and restraint. The absence of spectacle became the spectacle, and the simplicity of the look amplified its authority. In final assessments, journalists concluded that the endurance of the moment stemmed from its balance. It was visually striking without being theatrical, public without being performative, and fashionable without chasing novelty. These qualities allowed it to transcend the rapid churn of celebrity news and linger as a reference point. Ultimately, Kylie Jenner's Palm Springs appearance while accompanying Timothée Chalamet exemplified a modern approach to influence, one rooted in perception rather than proclamation. Through a single, composed outing, she reinforced her cultural position, influenced fashion discourse, and demonstrated how presence alone can shape narrative. Long after the headlines slowed, the image remained active in public consciousness, continuing to inform conversations about style, power, and the evolving language of celebrity in a digital age.